told you it would be incredible today, didn't I?
Okay, I'm Charmaine Lovelace, and I get nervous, so I had to write myself an outline. A year ago, I had 11 centimeters in cancerous tumors in my right breast that had gone into my lymph system, and I had these removed. I'd been, after 4 years of trying both traditional and non-traditional options, I'd finally given into surgery, and I really thought this was going to do it. And of course, I kind of knew better because I don't have a lot of faith in traditional, but I tried to balance it out in doing both the holistic and the traditional. But so I went ahead and did the surgery and had it taken out and had a mastectomy on my right side and had reconstructive. When they did the reconstructive surgery in March of this year, by April I already had little, well, I was hoping that they were scar tissue, but it turns out they were tumors that were coming back into my skin on the reconstructed breast. So, you know, this was not good. The doctors really didn't have a lot of ideas other than radiation, which would have, you know, turned me hard as a rock, or if it didn't work, I'd end up worse off than when I started because they couldn't even operate, couldn't close you up, you know, once they did that. So that was pretty scary. So this was, so about June, after, you know, 2 months of going through different doctors and many doctors' visits, I was kind of out of options, and I was really trying to figure out what I was going to do. And then that's when I met Jeff. I kind of wandered into his shop by accident. I was actually going to the dry cleaner, and I was standing in front of his shop, and I thought, I should go in there. And so I kept thinking, well, should I? Yeah, I should go in there. So I went in there. And I started talking to him, and you know, was looking for something. I think I was looking for something for my husband, like protein powder. And we started talking, and told him what my situation was. And he, after talking to him, I could tell he knew his stuff. My parents are in holistic type medicine in Florida, and I grew up enough in that where I knew when somebody knew what they were talking about. So I decided to put myself 100% into what he was suggesting I do, because it was a little different than what other people, what I'd read about and other people suggested, and it made sense. It just made sense. So after about 2 months, my tumors were going away, and by the 3rd month, they were non-existent. And they were just gone. And even I couldn't believe it, because I was like nervous. You know, is this really going to work? I mean, I was changing my diet and doing a lot of things, but a lot of it was the protocol. So I went to my surgeon recently, and he hadn't seen me since April, and I wished I'd had a camera with a camera of his face when he did the examination. First he wouldn't talk to me about what we're going to do about my situation. I said, no, examine me first and then we'll talk. And he examined me and he was like, wow. All I kept saying was wow. And what happened? What'd you do? And of course they had put me on this drug that made me sick as a dog, and I said, oh, you know, it's the drug you gave me that did it. And he looked at me like, yeah, right, because he knew I didn't really like the drug very much. And no, I said no. I took that drug about a month, and I quit taking it and went on to a natural form. It was an estrogen reducer, and Jeff had put me on a natural form of that because I have too much estrogen, and that was part of my problem. So anyway, you know, I am a big supporter of Jeff because I was really out of options, and I feel better than I have in a long time, and I don't have tumors anymore. And my surgeon said, just keep doing what you're doing because it's working, and I can't argue with success. So.